Good day, everyone. Fernando here. Just want to give 5 minutes for other people to join, and then we'll start in 5 minutes. Okay? Thank you for being here. Good day, everyone. My name is Fernando Zagatti. I'm a mining engineer here with the Datamine International Office in Bristol, United Kingdom. I'm very glad to be here presenting to you our DataBlast webinar, how to reduce your costs and/or dilution with selective mining practices, combining your resource model with your BlastPad. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. There is a question box for you all to ask us questions. So please feel welcome to ask us anything. We might not address every question during the webinar, but we will definitely answer you afterwards. Okay. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And let's start with the webinar now. So just to give you an overview, this is the Datamine product range. We have software from exploration all the way to ESG. And DataBlast is here on the operations. Okay, so this is a drill and blast software. It's quality assurance, quality control software, all the way from design to initiation analysis, from firing simulations and timing contours, timing reliefs, everything you might need on your operation. It's included in DataBlast. Okay. It's a software that's been with Datamine since 2016, so we've been together for quite a long time already, and I hope you all enjoy the small demonstration I have to show you today. So let's start with the topics for this webinar. First thing is I want to show you how to import a blast outline. There are many ways to do that. I will show you two. Okay. The second thing is how to import a block model, such as this one in the picture here. Then where to use the block model information and how to define legends and values and ranges and everything for the block model. We'll design a different drilling plan according to a different rock type or grade. Okay, so we'll vary the burden and spacing according to rock type and grade, since our ore might need a smaller fragmentation than the waste. Okay, and then to finalize, exporting a design information. Formats such as CSV, Wanko modular, and of course, our mobile tool for data collection, BlastPad. Okay. So the first thing is importing an outline. We can add a design line on our items tree. We can name the file, and we can load as an DXF, or we can, if it's a Datamine file, as you can see on the small video here, you can just drag and drop. Okay, I'll show you all the steps later, but just so you know that we can do these two options, for instance. Now, talking about importing a block model, on the items tree, we can right click and add import to Datamine block model. You can find the file there, say open, and this window will appear. We can assign different data types for different fields. So, for example, we can tell the software not to import some fields like p-value or density if it's not important for you. And we can also change the name of the data type here. Okay, so it's the column is named zone, but you can give it a different name. For example, ore, or rock type, or anything else actually. Then you can rename the block model for the DataBlast files. Okay, so in DataBlast you can have a different name, and we have the range types to import the block models. So the first one, as we can see here, is all, which means imports the whole block model, and we only recommend this for small block models. Okay. The second is select existing boundary object, which is pretty much like a BLAST outline. So we can use a BLAST outline to trim the model and select only the cells that are inside that specific string or polyline. The third option is a new boundary polyline. You can free hand design as you go. So you have your topography on your screen, for example. You can just design the polyline you want, and you will have the model trimmed according to that polyline. And last but not least, enter a northing range or easting and northing range. So it's pretty much coordinates. You can select where to start, where to end on X, where to start, where to end on Y. And this is a very important box, because the RL positions, they have to be set up according to what you want to import. So for example, if you're dealing with block on elevation 400, I wouldn't recommend you to bring from 300 to 700, because it will have a similar image like to this one, a full model like this, and it will not help you to understand where is your different blocks on the outline on the bottom. Okay. So as I was saying, the second option to select existing and boundary object is to trim the model. So you have your outline like this. You click on it, and then it will trim all the cells that are inside the polyline. Okay. The third option is new boundary polyline. So you have your topography like this. Then you can design manually. Okay. And then you will have your model like trimmed, as you can see on the image. The fourth is entering a northeastern northing range, manual input of coordinates. Okay, so it's not really I don't really recommend this for big intervals, because it can get tricky, but it's useful if you know where you are and which coordinates you want. Okay, so these are the four different types of importing. All right, so talking about the drill pattern design, we can have two different drill patterns if you have two different types of ore or waste. Okay, so in this case we have like high grade ore pretty much here, medium grade ore there, or low grade, and then waste. So you could have like one drill pattern for this one, another one for this one, and another one for that one. Or you can have one drill pattern with different design parameters, such as diameter, burden, spacing, or we can use different charge standards. These charge standards will charge more or less according to the type of rock, according to the fragmentation you need. Okay, or you can also change the tie-up blasting relief. So if your timings are different, the fragmentation will definitely be affected. Okay, and it's important to emphasize that this is only it's only a solution if you have if you do not have a great control system, such as our controller, if you don't know our controller, we have a video, we have 2 webinars actually that I have presented in our YouTube page, so you can access there and see how it works if you want. But this is just a temporary solution for someone that might not have the great control system. Okay, and we recommend strongly that if you have a great control sensitivity, then our controller is the best solution for that. But anyway, let's move on. So I want to design 2 different parameters here, one for ore and one for waste. And we will have pretty much ore in the center, waste in the tips there. Okay, we will define the legend automatically because I don't want to spend much time on that. It's pretty much practice. Okay, so we want to have a blast that's more or less like this. This will pile up on the left, this will pile up on the right, and this will be a stand-up blast. So you won't have too much dilution from this block to this one, and same here. So this is the planned, and this is a bad example of dilution. You can see that everything is piled up in the center. There is no difference. There is no way that the operators can come in and say this is ore or this is waste. Okay, so I want to show you one way to avoid that. Then we'll talk about the exporting drill pattern to a BlastPad. And we have different ways to do that. The first one is a live operational software from the pit. So if you have Wi-Fi that's connected to the DataBlast server, you can have live data from the operation as you are using DataBlast. Okay. It's a mobile application, of course, so you can install it in a tablet and use it from the pit. It has a seamless connection, so there's no need to set up anything. There's no need to worry about adding drivers or anything like that. It's all connected through SQL and it's automatically set up. Okay. It has also multiple functionalities such as drilling deep or measuring holes, loading for both explosives and stemming. So it's quite useful in many ways. It's quite good to have a quality assurance and quality control of your operation. It's yeah, it's really simple. It's really useful. Okay, then we have some other alternatives for other drill navigation systems such as Leica, Cat-Terrain, Wenco modular, and we have the export whole data as a CSV, or we can use the export ribbon with the information we want, and we can customize this exporting. Okay, so in this case here I have put the drill pattern name, the hole ID, coordinates for the color, bearing, and angle. Okay. Cool, so that's pretty much it for the presentation. Let's move to the DataBlast software. So first thing we want to do is bring our Hi guys, sorry, my network was down for a few seconds here. Okay, so going back to adding a design line, block 40604, we can load an external DXF file, such as this one. This is in Datamine format, but you can see here that it accepts pretty much everything. Okay, and let's just open this so you can see. Okay, so this is the outline, and then we can also drag and drop. So let me just share my whole screen. Sorry. So you can see on the external GXF file, you can click there and bring the outline like this, green, or we can drag and drop like this for a Datamine file. Okay. So this case, we have a Datamine file. It's easy to load it. It can be done as well with GXF and DWGs, but it's slower than a Datamine file. Okay, so cool. Let's just save the changes, exit. Now I want to import the model. So I'm going to import a block model. Select this one. We can see that we have 4 fields there, 4 columns. Okay. Our grade is this one. Then we have rock type, we have weathered, or yeah, pretty much weathered type or something like this, and a material type as well. So we can bring this one and call it material. We have already here low grade ore, medium grade ore, waste, and high grade ore. So we don't need to edit this unless you want to. Let's color this later with other colors if you wish. Then this, I'm going to select and call it grade. There is already one data type like that. So we can select from the drop down. Okay, and this will be the block model 40604. Okay. This blast outline is already trimmed and it has this pollution. So I'm going to manually design a new boundary polyline. Okay. And this block is 400, so we can select from 390 to 410. Say OK. And we'll design here like a rectangle or something to import the model. Okay. So you can see here that we have pretty much waste on this side and or on that side. This is a bit different from the other view because we're seeing the top of the bench, the bottom is a bit different. Okay, but just so you can see, this is our block model. You can change the data type you want to see here. So like this is low grade ore, then medium grade, the orange, then green is high grade, and you have some waste blocks on the bottom there. Okay. So that's pretty much it. We can just move on now. We don't need to see the outlines anymore. So, and the block model. So now we are going to design a new drill pattern, and this will be 400 604 drill. Okay. Then again, you can just load this and use as a reference, or we can drag and drop again. Oops, sorry, I opened this. We can drag and drop from the other from the folder. Okay, this is a bit different from what I expected. So the block model is actually not there. So we need to bring it this string to the right, like this. Right? And we actually don't need to do anything here. We don't need to split this up. We can have just one block for ore and one block for waste. Okay. We can move these points to be there. Okay. Then we can start assigning our drill pattern parameters. So during the design, we can have different parameters. So we can have surfaces to define our drill pattern, or we can define fixed targets. So we can, for example, here define a fixed RL for the color, or we can use a surface, right? Then for the tool, we can use a surface, or we can use a fixed RL or fixed length. Okay. I'm going to use a mixed method here. So I'm going to use a surface for the color and a fixed RL for the tools. Okay. How is this going to work? Let's show you now. I'm going to load my topography. I can see that this is on 411. So we can use this surface as a color. Okay, you can see that it gets greenish and it creates a copy for us. So this is our color surface now. And then we are going to define our target on the 400 because it's a more or less 10 meters bench. So the fixed RL is 400. Okay. Now this is set up so we can have the color, we can have the target elevation. So which is it's pretty much now designing the holes for us. Okay, let's just let me just adjust a little bit these lines here. Okay. Actually, this we can break. And we can join these lines. Okay, so we'll have one nice outline for the ore. Cool. So we can save changes. So we will save our parameters, the color, the outline, and we will use a grid hole pattern for the waste first. So I want this lined up nicely. Select the boundary. We can have different pattern templates, as you can see here. So I have two already defined. One is waste production. Another one is ore production. Okay. I can change this. I need to change this actually to -1 because I want to have a 1 meter down subdrill. Okay. Select the burden, the spacing, and the type. If it's square, if it's staggered. Then diameter is 150. The icon is up to you. I'm going to use the little star there. Vertical holes according to the surface and starting with number 1. Say OK. This is to point out if you have angled holes or to which azimuth they should be pointing out. So it doesn't matter for us. But if you have angled holes, it's nice to point out to the right direction. Okay. So there you are. I'm going to call this W for waste, and we'll put 3 digits there. So renumbering the holes, done. Now going to the ore, select the boundary, enter, select the ore production, -1, -1. Change the icon if you wish. Okay. I can save the template to overwrite, or I can call this ore production 2, for example. Okay, and you have your templates there. Start with 1 as well. We can renumber later. And there you go. Let's rename this to start with O and 3 digits. So it's all the way to 0131. Okay, and as you can see, they all follow our color surface. Okay, they're all contained in our color surface. If I show you this whole table, which is a new feature as well, you can see the color type, the tool type, then its value, 400 for example. Then use charge surface, yes or not. In this case, it's on for all of them, and you already have your design drill length. Okay. You can filter holes if you want to see just prefix. Filter only prefix that contains W. It will show us only the W holes. If you say all, It will filter only the ore holes. Okay, it's a nice one. You can change some values here. I'm not going to change them, but it's up to you. Then we can just come and check if it's according to our model, right? So we have ore to the right, waste to the left. Okay, let's just delete this one and link the holes. All of these that I'm doing now, you can see on our past webinars, okay? They are all online on YouTube. You can check them there. And we can see the projection style summary here, which is pretty much the same as this, but just telling us the surface assigned, okay? So we have our color as a surface, our target as an elevation. When you're done, you can exit. You see they have different symbols, different icons, different names. Of course, I would add some holes there to make sure there is no void space between holes. But just to save time here today, I'm not going to do this now. Okay. So now, moving on to the exporting. Okay. So we have BlastPad there. There's a ribbon there. You can import data and export data from BlastPad easily through here. This is the offline connection, okay? You can just put a flash drive on your machine, export data, send to the tablet, and then take the tablets to the pit and work from there. Or you can just flag as live. If you flag as live, it will be available for the operators in the pit with the tablets. Okay, easy like that. If you have a drill pattern that needs to be sent to the pit, you can just flag as live. Okay, the other options are exporting to drill navigation, as you've seen on the presentation. Okay, so we have these options there. We can export as a CSV as well, or we can use the export ribbon. Okay, so you can say example, bring the whole ID, bring the design color east, north, elevation, diameter, then design drill depth, I don't know. Okay, so this is all something we can work with. You can change the format if it's a number. So this, for example, coordinates. Let's truncate to the third number there. You can truncate like this or like this. It's up to you. Okay, you can save the template, you can export, save it. Then you will have the CSV. It's quite simple, but quite useful. Okay, don't save. All right, so now I want to move on to all the way to the charge, because we're not doing any quality assurance or quality control here. And we're going to assign a charge standard for this. So it's asking me if I want to include the selected and assigned holes. Yes. Let's just call CP for charge pattern. deactivate this set a charge standard. So in this case, electronic 150, and we can take a look here on how it's done for this, how the charge standard is set for the holes like this. Select, it's applying the charge standard, saving it. Okay, we can preview them on the view hole deck layouts. And you can see here that we have a 4 meters aggregate stemming with a 1.78 with 2 primers in a pump to motion charging. Okay, so it's pretty much 4 meters stemming for all the holes there. Okay, so this is the charge standard. It's fine. Let's go to the initiation. Select the holes. Then add a new initiation pattern. I want to add them. This will be only initiation. And we can deactivate this. Okay, so now I'm going to define X and Y zones according to the type of holes there. So we can come here, define XY. Then we can add a new zone. First one we're going to call waste. Oops, sorry. Second one will be ore. Okay. First one will be gray. Gray. Make this 2. Then this will be red. Red. 2. We don't have any holes assigned to zone ID 1 yet, but we'll have in a few seconds. So save changes. Oops, sorry. We need to add the holes first, then save the changes. Or change its color to red. Okay, so we will gather these holes here. Just make sure you don't have any waste holes selected. Okay, it seems we're good. Then add holes. There we are. Okay, so this is waste. As you can see, the border for the waste holes and the border for the ore holes. This is just a fake line, okay, guys. This is not really a division in any sense. We will tie them up differently, but it's important to remember that this is just to separate 2 different zones. It's not really separation in the real pit. Okay, so you can assign the colors, assign the name. When you're done, you can time design. For this one, we'll do a box cut. Okay, so we'll have a free face in the center, then we'll pile up the rock on the center here. And this one we're gonna do throw to the left. Okay, so let's start with this waste. You can see that it filters automatically. and we want this to have a design like this. Sorry, this is that way. You can switch the relief value. This is milliseconds per meter. So for example, if you want to 30, you can change that. Okay. Let's go to the ore now. Let's make this here. And you can see that let's just open a little bit. Okay. So now I want to change the first hole in the waste to start after this 0124. Okay. So this is 20, actually needs to be 30. So 834 milliseconds. And then this one needs to be 834. So we have to start this one around 500. Okay. So we don't have holes firing up in the same, in the vicinity and then in the same specific interval. Okay. So the waves are always firing up after the ore, which looks nice. Okay, let's check the analysis. Let's change the speed. And let's see how this is looking. Okay, so we have a box cut pretty much here, and then this is a rolling to the left. Looks fine. Okay, we have other analysis here you can check as well. So you can check for first one, which is the waste. You can see the timings there. Then the second one for the ore. Okay, and if you select both, you can see how it looks like on the intersection here. So you can see that's pretty much separating waste to the left and ore to the right. So this will avoid dilution. Of course, it's not perfect. It will never be perfect, but it can be really helpful. Okay. Going back to our presentation, just to finalize. So we've been through the topics: how to import a blast outline, how to import a block model, where to use the block model information with grades or rock types, then designing the different drilling plans with burden and spacing varying according to rock type or grade, and exporting design information to BlastPad mostly, and then CSV, Winco, modular, etc. All these drilling geo navigation systems. Okay, so all in all, in a few words, the block model functionality does not replace the grade control system, as I have said before, but it's really useful if you have only a resource model. Okay, it can be really helpful for the operational team to plan and design the drilling patterns. with the usage of predefined BLAS block outlines is really helpful as well, because you can trim the block model according to the BLAS block you're working with. Okay, and we have 5 minutes. So let's see if we have any questions. So we have some questions here from Barry. The presentation is very insightful. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. My question is, where can I get tutorial materials in PDF or video format and demo data that will help me study more on this particular software? So, Barry, we have some videos on YouTube. If you check our YouTube page, youtube.com/Datamine software, you can see a lot of videos there for DataBlast. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have any demo data that we can supply to you for the software, but you can get in touch with us. We can arrange a demo or even a 1-week trial for you to test in a closed environment, in a standalone environment on your machine. Okay, so just get in touch with us if you have if you're interested on the software. Okay. So that's it. I think we can wrap up, and I'm really glad that you guys attended to this webinar. Thank you very much for being here with us. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us through sales@dataminesoftware.com. We'll be more than glad to assist you to try and identify whatever needs you have. And that's it. Thank you very much and enjoy your day.